Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome. Yeah, welcome to Bella Crafts Live, you guys. So very excited to be here. Um, for those of you that are watching us for the very first time, my name is Lisa Rojas, and this is my business
I know
partner,
it's not like
yeah, and very good friend, Ann Butler. Say hi. Say hi.
Hi, everyone. We are so happy to be here, and we are sharing a couple new products today. Lisa is sharing my new embossing powders with Emerald Creek, and later this afternoon, I will be sharing my EcoSafe glitter.
Exciting. I know, right? Okay, so you talk for a minute while I get this all set up over here. I had it set up, but it closed on me.
Mm,
You know how that goes, right? Okay, so there we are. And did I turn my sound down?
no, well, can you see it?
Yep. I see us. I did not turn I did turn my sound down, so I
Okay.
did remember. All right. So you guys, I'm messing around with a new camera setup. So everything that you see is going to be the right way. So I don't have to turn things around, every time. So although Anne tells me that, when I do that, I'm going to revert back to moving things because we've been,
Well, when I first switched mine, sometimes when I'd pull something to show, I'd still turn it, and it's like, wait,
yeah, yeah,
it
right.
takes a few minutes to, or a few times to.
Yeah. So
But it is nice to be able to work facing yourself and not work backwards.
yes. And now I am seeing, okay.
Here,
So
I'll
they
put a
want,
comment in to see if you can see.
yep. I should be able to see.
There.
Oh, yep, I saw it. Okay, yay.
Hey, everything's
Yay.
working.
Yeah, and the other thing that I'm excited about with this new setup is my iPad is right here in front of me when I'm going to be working. So hopefully I'll be able to look up every once in a while and see comments instead of trying to, constantly turn my head. So, you got to work with what you have, right?
You do.
And,
Hi, Jeannie.
hi, Jeannie. And, my craft room is not huge. It's not a really big room. Um, so I have to work with what I got. So I'm
Hey,
excited about
Rebecca.
this. I am very excited about this. Hi, Becca. So, yeah, sorry that we are late today. I apologize for that. I was telling Anne, I'm so very excited. My granddaughter is graduated from the Air Force Academy today in Texas.
Hey,
So,
so
yay,
exciting.
Bella, go girl. So she
I
is going,
know.
yeah, she's on her way. She is a remarkable young woman. And, to see her blossom from being little when she was first born and then grown into this, beautiful young lady. So, but I'm excited for her. She's going to have a great future.
Yes,
So,
the Air Force treats them very well.
yeah, so I'm excited about that. Okay, so enough about the personal stuff. As Ann said, we're sharing, yeah, because people don't, yeah. Sometimes you want to hear about the personal stuff, and sometimes you just want to say, be quiet and go to the project, right? Okay,
Mm,
so you know, we are what we are. You can fast forward. How's that? Okay. Thank you, Becca. So Anne mentioned that we are using her brand new products with Emerald Creek today. So excited about that,
no,
Anne.
my embossing powders.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so there's Mauve Kiss,
Uh,
Grape Bubble, Violet Skies,
beautiful.
and Dahlia Petals. You notice there's a theme. Purple is my favorite color. I don't use it or wear it enough, but
It
These are
is.
beautiful. I also have a snow dust, which is on its way to Lisa and I. We just haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah,
So
because it's
these
that
are
too.
with Emerald Creek, and they are sponsoring our giveaway today. And they are doing a $25 gift card. So that way you can pick what you want.
Yeah, that's always fun. That
Yeah.
is always fun.
Yeah.
And these embossing powders are just they're just so luscious. I had such a good time playing and just, doing some cool stuff. So I ended up not doing as much as I wanted to do because yesterday was one of those days where everything that you try to do to make it right goes wrong. I had one of those yesterday. So I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to do with this card and your embossing powders, but I will in the very near future. But this is what we are creating
Here,
today.
I'm gonna make you bigger. That
This
is
really,
so beautiful.
this really pretty card with Ann's beautiful flourish stamp from Unity. It's a complete background stamp,
Yeah.
a complete A2, and it's my favorite stamp. I've used it so
Yeah,
many times, but
Flourish
it's
Wonder. It is
yeah,
beautiful.
I love it, right?
Yep.
It is so gorgeous. So that and then the embossing powders, ah, exciting.
Yes,
Yes.
it'll
So
be fun. Um, Hi, Lori. Hi, Brenda. Brenda says embossing is so fun and gorgeous. It really is. I mean, I think one of the first things I did way back when I started stamping was when I embossed, and you can just watch those powders melt and emboss. It's just
I
fun. Never
I
gets old.
never. I still to this day, when I was doing it yesterday, I still love to watch it. I just think it's just so incredible that somebody thought of that so many years ago. And I
Yeah,
don't get to play with it very often, because embossing does take a little bit longer when you're doing a live. So, you got to do a little bit of things to kind of speed things up. But I'm going to show you how to do it and it's going to be really really cool. So, um, for the giveaway, you need to like, comment, and share
yep.
my video here, and then also Ann's when she does hers at 2
And
Central Time.
I'm just going to show you guys when I do mine. I'm not using embossing powders because I also have confections, which
Yes.
is my EcoSafe glitter with Emerald Creek. So they are so beautiful.
Oh,
The
they
colors.
are. Although I told you I cannot pronounce that word, can't pronounce that color. I have no idea. It's like, okay, it's a really pretty violet pinky look. What's it called?
Boglacious.
Boglacious. Oh, there you
Boglacious.
go. All right. Okay, so anything else that you could think of? Did we talk about we didn't talk about the magazine or
I can talk about anything.
okay.
That's okay. We can talk about it during my live.
Yeah, there you
We're a
go.
couple minutes late.
All right. So I am going to switch my cameras and get started so you guys can see how I did this, really pretty card, and we'll go from there. All
And
right.
while
So
Lisa puts her camera down, I will let y'all know that I will put links in while she is doing her demo. So I will send a link to Emerald Creek and make sure you go over and like their Facebook page. And I'm going to just step out of here. Look at that beautiful card. I love it.
wow, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I had to grab something to drink while I was switching. Isn't that really so pretty, you guys? I just absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. I do know that now, though, Anne, that I can see this for the first time. You know that it's off a few, like fractions of a second. So that's going to take a little getting used to.
Oh, the comments?
Yeah, well, the,
Or
actual
you. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, the
There is
video.
a slight delay. Yep.
Yeah. So, this is this beautiful card that I had created, um, with Ann's embossing powders, as I said, and then I found this new zipper die on Amazon that I thought was so cute, and I thought, "This is perfect for what I wanna do for Ann's card."
Can you
So
lift it up just a little bit closer to the camera for a minute so they
yep,
can see? That is such a cute die. Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's adorable.
Yeah, and see, I had plans to, like, fill this whole thing and, do all kinds of fun stuff with it, but then after I started doing that, I realized I was covering the zipper, and
Oh,
I thought,
yeah.
"Well, that kinda defeats the purpose, right?" I mean, that's a little insane, so there it is, and that's what we are doing today, so let me grab my stuff and we shall get started. Alright, so we're gonna start with our beautiful stamp here. There you go. I hope everything stays in camera view. So let me grab my little powders here. And what I have done with this, I was just going to give you guys a little bit of a hint when you're dealing with these big background stamps, when you're embossing them, especially because they're so big and you want to make sure that you don't mess everything up when you're trying to transfer it. So I have a little thing that I do that makes it so much easier to pull it out and then start embossing it. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to grab my piece of paper here, and this is an A2 size, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm going to take just a tad. You don't want it sticky, sticky, but just a little bit of tape just to kind of hold it down. Because when you're working with this huge of a stamp, you want to make sure that your paper doesn't pull up as you're doing it. So we're going to use a Versamark, one of my favorites. When I emboss, I love this. And we're just going to ink this up. Make sure that we got everything covered. That was the other thing that I was telling Ann that I was having a trouble with because I pulled out my embossing, my other Versamark, and it was like yellow. And I thought, oh Lord. So I had to get on Amazon and order a whole new one. And I was like, ah, all right. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take my little Misty here, and you don't need the Misty to do this. You can, do it the old fashioned way, like we've all been doing for many years, but we're going to lay this down and then we're going to press. Make sure that we get every single bit of that image because it is too gorgeous to miss. All right, so there we go. Okay, now I see a little bit right here in the center that I kind of missed, but it's not enough that, I'm going to fuss over it, especially because what I can do uh is when I use the zipper die on it, it will take that right, that part will be cut right off so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so now we've got our ink on here. And this is the other trick I wanted to show you because, like I said, you don't want to be touching this as you're pulling it out. So just pull your whole paper out that you have it on. Okay. Let me get this up out of the way. All right.
That's a great tip.
Yeah. Because,
You're not touching it. Yep.
because you'd have to use your fingers to
Yep.
get it there. So this is perfect to do it this way. And then you've got your little paper here, or if you have one of those fun funnel trays that's out in the market, Those are perfect too. I have a few of them, but I'm not really sure where they are. So I just like to use just regular old copy paper underneath. So now I'm going to open up this gorgeous embossing powder. And as I said, we're already on this other white sheet under it, the copy paper. So when I go to pour this off, I won't have to worry about touching edges or anything like that because it's just going to come right up. So we're going to pull that off like that. And see, there you go. So now you've got this, and you can and we can heat it, and it's not going to be an issue with your fingers, especially if you're like me and you have nails. That can be an issue. So I'm going to take the rest of my embossing powder, fold it up carefully into, oh, you know what? Before I do that, I want to go ahead and stamp the little sentiment. So let me do that real quick if I can remember let me see. Okay. Let me lay this down for a minute. Okay. I'm going to grab my little grate paper here. I'm going to set this off to the side because I don't want it to get messed up, right? And then I'm going to take the sentiment that I used. And I was going to do that later, but I'm figuring I've already got all of the powder and everything out. So, no point in doing it all over again. Okay, so, but this time I'm going to be using this beautiful mauve. Huh?
Other way.
See? Yeah. I'm using this beautiful mauve kiss. It's so, so pretty. So I'm going to set this off because I do not want to mess up any of my embossing stuff there, my powders. And then I'm going to lay a new sheet down. And then I'm just going to stamp this up real quick. And this is from a set from our friend Pam Bray. She does stamps for, oh, help me, Ann. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I will think of it. Blank Page Muse?
Yes. Yes, yeah. Yes. All right. So we're going to stamp that up. Set that off to the side here. And then we're going to open this one and use this. You know what I do too love about this? It's hard for me to get it open sometimes with my nails. But what I love about this is the packaging. Because, embossing powders normally come in little bottles, right? This, I think, is absolutely perfect because you think of how many of these you can store without having to, to mess around with bottles. I think it's ingenious. So I'm all for it. So again, we're going to cover this. All right. I'm going to lean that up right there.
Interesting thing, during the lockdown, Kim couldn't get bottles. She couldn't get lids. Every time she changed the packaging, something else she couldn't get.
Oh, you're kidding.
So she came up with these and she prints them all herself.
And it's such a great idea, like I said, because you can get so many, in a drawer or wherever you store your embossing powders, and you don't have to deal with all of those, little bottles. And believe me, I have probably 50 different embossing powders, and they take up like 2 drawers. So I'm excited to be able to just lay them flat. I think it's thank you, Kim. I think that was a great idea, girl. All right, so we're pouring the embossing powders back in, and then we're going to close them so I don't spill them everywhere, because that will happen. All right. And then we're going to do the same with the purple here. And then this way, if you don't mess up, you can totally just put it all right back in without any issues. Yay. All right. So now we're ready to emboss. Okay, so we're going to do this big one first because it's going to take some time. So we're just going to do this. And I still, to this day, absolutely love watching this. Now, let me see if I can get everything out of the way. I see we've got a bit of a shadow. So if you've never embossed before, what this is doing is it's taking the powder that I poured on it, the embossing powder, and the heat gun is actually melting the powder onto your card. And then you just get this beautiful raised image that is just like, wow. So first time users, let me give you a couple hints right now, or a couple tips. You do need a heat gun for this. A lot of people, including myself, thought I'm not going to spend another $25 on one more tool because I have a hair dryer. And I tried the hair dryer, and embossing powder went everywhere. The reason the hair dryer doesn't work is because it's not hot enough. So this gets super hot, but it gets all of that melted, and you cannot do that with the hair with a blow dryer because it'll just blow everywhere. So I always got to put it up to the light and make sure, and I still see a couple spots I missed. So that's always a good thing. Make sure that you hold your paper up to a light so you can actually see it. Now this is on a little bit darker of the lavender cardstock that I was using. This paper is a little bit darker, and I was a little worried about it, but actually it's really pretty. Even on this. All right, so I think we've got that. Yep, okay, that looks good. All right, and now I'm going to do the words.
You can see that melting better.
Yeah, right? Beautiful. And look how quick it gets done. Love that. All right. Put that over here so I don't burn myself. Okay. So we've got our beautiful background paper here. And what I have already done to save some time is I have already die cut it for us. Okay. So I will show you that. And let me show you too the actual die that I used for this. So you guys will know. I did get it on Amazon because Amazon and I are best friends. And I think I'm going to buy stock in Amazon one day because, oh my goodness, I love me some Amazon. All right, so this is the actual die cut that I used. It's called Maddie's Crafting Joy. So it's just a really cute die. I saw it and I was like, I love that. I got to try that. So what I did then, of course, is I took my embossed paper and then I die cut it. So then I keep turning it around. Okay, so once it is die cut, then you're ready to start putting everything together. So let me get this stuff out of the way. I can feel embossing powder under me. All right. So then, too, what I did, let me share these real quick, is I had some flowers that I went ahead and I die cut out. This was just another die set that I found on Amazon, but I could not tell you the name of this one because I don't remember. Excuse me. Excuse me. My goodness. Yeah. Oh gosh. I hope I'm not getting sick again. All right. I do have really bad allergies though, guys. So sometimes that gets in the way too. Okay. So I die cut all of these on different types of pattern paper. But what I also did with it is I backed it, each one with a heavier cardstock. So that way it made them a little bit sturdier than, just using the pattern paper. And I like this much better because, unless the pattern paper is really, a good quality and really thick, you might be able to get away with that. But I don't want to take a chance, so I just backed everything with white. Okay, and then die cut them all out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to attach this. Okay, we're going to do a top fold on this card. And let me give you the measurements real quick. I think it's 4.5. Yeah, by 6. Nope, by 5 3/4. Okay, so 4.5 by 5 3/4. Now, again, I say this every time, or I try to, anyways. If you don't get all the measurements and all that, don't worry about it because I am going to do a blog post on this and it'll be posted on our blog on Sunday. Okay, so you'll have all written instructions for it. All right, so I always like to make sure that everything is going to go where it's supposed to. And then we're just going to start laying down some tape. Now for this, what I did on this one, I only wanted to do my edges because I wanted to try to keep my center unglued or whatever. So it would make it easier. Where's my tool? There we go. Make it easier to form a pocket, okay? Because if you put your glue or your tape down here, you're going to have a harder time getting your elements in. So I did not want to do that. So you'll see that I'm staying real close to the edge. And I'm not too terribly concerned about, this coming up. I'm not worried about it. So I'm not, gluing like or adding tape to the whole thing. And I'm just because you're going to put the stuff inside, and if you do your pocket right, you're not going to have any issues with it lifting. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. All right, so stick another piece there, and then I'm kind of going to leave these two top edges open just a little bit so I know for sure that I can get everything tucked in. But then what I did was after I got it onto the great cardstock, then I went ahead and added a little bit of glue on the edges there. But that's totally up to you. Okay, so we're gonna pull all of this off. And then what I did with mine was I just kind of bent it a little bit. It's cardstock. It's not a real heavy cardstock, so you don't really have to worry much about that. And then you're just going to take your top part up here and make sure that you are fairly centered. Okay, there we go. All right, and then you've got your card base done. And then you can see you'll have a little bit of leeway on each side. But you don't really need a whole lot. So just, just letting you know that. All right. So for my flowers, I'm just going to go ahead and glue those in because glue is always been my preferred choice for an adhesive. I just really like my zip dry. I'm addicted, I think. Thank goodness that the company loves me and keeps me in this because I go through so much of it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to take all of our little elements here, the little flowers and the leaves that I cut out, and then we're just going to add them to the card. So super easy, like I said, doesn't take much to do this card. It is really easy. All right, so we're going to glue that down. And I always want to make sure that, you can see as much of the zipper part of it as you can. All right, so then I'm going to take a little piece of ribbon and I'm going to take it down the center here. You see, so it works really well because I did not glue those edges. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to add some glue onto the back of your ribbon here. And when I first started this, I did my flowers, I added wire to them. And I was going to do it that way with all of my flowers wired and then just tuck the wires in. But I just didn't like how bulky it was going to be. So I changed my mind and then I went for just gluing everything down instead of using the wire. All right, so now for our flowers here, I want these to pop off of my page or off of my card, I should say. So for my little center flower here, I added 2 parts of the foam tape because that's kind of like the little focal point of your floral scene here. So for me, you always want your focal point to pop. And I love doing foam tape too. So I love foam tape. All right. So then we're going to take this. Let me see. Because this flower, yeah, all right. That looks good. And then I'm just going to stick that on there. And I'm going to do the same thing with these little guys. Only these, I'm only going to do one little bit of foam tape. And you can see, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is what had the wire glued on already. So I went ahead and just took it off because I didn't like the wire. You might like it if you want to do it that way. That is another way to, add your flowers to this card. But I don't know. It just felt too bulky to me. So I changed my mind and went this way. And being a woman, isn't that what, we're allowed to do? We're allowed to change our minds, right? Oh, thank you, Tammy. All right, so I can see, yay, I can see comments. And I will try to get better, you guys, about looking at them while I'm working. It's much easier with my iPad being in front of me. So hopefully, I'll get better at it because I'm so used to just keeping my head down. All right, so we're going to add these beautiful little flowers. There we go. And then we've got our zipper. And what I did with the zipper is the zipper does come, the die does come with 2 types of pulls. So I liked the larger one for this. And I cut it out with the same cardstock that I used for my base. And then I also backed it with some white cardstock again, just to make it a little bit more firmer. And for this, I also added some foam tape to it. So there we go. We've got that. Well, come on. There we go. And then you're going to take that and then put it right there at the bottom. I just think this is just so super cute, right? I mean, my goodness. All right. So then the last thing that we're going to do is the sentiment. And what I did for this, super easy. You saw me emboss it. So then what I did is I just took my nifty scissors and I'm just going to kind of do this a little bit in a hurry here. But just so you guys can see. Okay, I'm just kind of going around the actual image. And, you know, I'm not being real fussy about it. But I do like to, you know, fussy cut things. I really do. When I have time. But actually, this is another card that you can do, you know, in less than a half hour. There's absolutely no coloring or anything like that in it. So all that you're really doing is just die cutting. And then, of course, the beautiful embossing powders that we used on it. All right. So I went ahead and I cut that part out. And then I backed it with another piece of pattern paper. And you can see what I mean, because this is really flimsy. It's not some of the best pattern paper that's out there, but you know, I liked the colors and it worked good. Oh, thank you, Karen. And yeah, it's super easy to do. You don't have to worry about, you know, you didn't really miss much. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just adhere this to my yellow cardstock here. And then I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the grape or purple, whatever color you want to call it. I think it's grape because purple's this. No, that's a lavender. Never mind. Whatever you want to call it. I will call it grape. So there we go. And then we're going to just cut this out again. And for those of you that, you know, are watching maybe for the first time, when I do this, this is just because on some images, I really want them to pop, you know? So when you do it like this and you back whatever your image is with a pattern paper, or I like to use black cardstock on stamped images because they really, really pop when you do it that way. So, you know, that's the reason why I back my images. So there we go. We've got this done now. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of wire here that I already did. And I don't know, it's probably about 5 inches or so. And then what I'm going to do is just take my nifty paintbrush here. I'm going to do a coil. And I thought about this other thing after the fact, but I'll tell you what I thought about that in just a minute. All right, so we've got our wire curled up there. And then for this part of it, I'm going to use a glue gun because a glue gun is what's going to hold this on really well. So I just take my glue gun, run a little strip right down the center there. Okay, and stick my wire on it. And what I usually do with this, and don't think that I'm crazy, but I will press down on it just to make sure that that hot glue covers all of it. Not just, you know, the side that's adhered to the paper. Okay, so we've got this, and this is the last thing that we're going to do. We're just going to take this and slide it in our card. somewhere. There we go. And then again, for this, you're just going to take a little bit of glue and I'm going to cut that wire down just a bit so I don't have so much to worry about. All right, there we go. So if you can get it tucked into the side, that's even better. If you can tuck it in your side there, which is what I'm going to attempt to do right now at this moment. Because once it's glued down, you can maneuver this whichever way you want it. All right, so there we go. I've got it tucked in there, and I'm not going to glue it in, but I'm just going to show it to you just like this. There we go. And like I said, then you can sit and fuss with it. And then too, if you need to, go back and just add a little bit of glue to your corners here. Just so you know, you make sure that you finish it off nicely and nothing is going to pull up. So there we go. All right. So there it is. That is how quick and easy it is to put this card together with Ann's beautiful embossing powders. I just am so much in love with this. So much in love. So I hope that you guys give it a try. I hope that you get a chance to order some of Ann's powders so you can try them out for yourself because they're just gorgeous. So I don't know. Let me lift it and see if you can see the shiny. Maybe a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Put it up just a tiny bit more toward the
Right there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just has to be turned one side or the other. There, I can see
There
it.
it is.
Yep. There you go.
That's beautiful. I love that. So there you go. A simple card with the embossing powders, a cute die set. You're good to go. And you can come up with all different themes to do this in. But I just thought this was really, really pretty. It's a nice springy looking project, right? So a
It
quick card.
is.
Yeah. A quick card, but didn't take much. Just lots of fun. So there we go. All right. So while I'm switching cameras, y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, so the thing I noticed about Lisa's cards, if she sends you a card, it's one you want to frame or put up. It isn't one that you just tuck away because they are so beautiful.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
Beverly, hi. She says she's sorry she's late. She's not sure what time we start each week. Beverly, I think you're in Florida, so you are an hour ahead of me. So Lisa would go live at 1 p.m. Eastern time, your time.
Right.
And I go live at 3 p.m. So I'll be live in about an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay. So I had to grab something to drink too because my throat was so
Brenda
dry.
loves the card. Karen says, I love those colors together.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
Yeah.
and I forgot one thing about the card. The center of the flowers that I did, I added a little bit of sparkle.
Yep.
The
Could
sparkle.
see that.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. But I just did it on the centers. So, something that you can add because this is so shiny and so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted the flowers to pop up just a little bit better than, being all plain. So I just added the little.
I don't like that big. I accidentally made us really big ones. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so that was cool. I could actually see when I did remember to pop my head up, so I'll get better at that because I like to interact while I'm working. but it was just too hard when everything was over here. So
Yep. Everything is a process,
yeah, you guys would
you
not
know?
believe what we go through to do these lives every week. I mean, it's a job all in itself, just trying
Well,
to get ready.
and Lisa has a smaller studio. Mine is
Yes.
huge, but
Yeah.
I still move my computer. I have a desktop Mac, and it's over on my desk. I
Right.
move it over to my center table, and then I get my camera. I don't leave things set up all the time either. In a perfect world, you'd have more than one computer.
Yeah, and you had more room where you could put your camera rig one place and then, your computer and everything there, and,
And
you don't
I
have to
could
mess.
leave my camera on my big table here, but then when I have the grandkids over or when I'm doing something, I like all of the space. So
Yes. But
it's fine. It all works.
it does, and I'm telling you, those if any of you want to start doing doing lives or just recording, for yourself, whatever in your home, this setup, Anne got it, what, like a year or 2 ago?
Mm, I think I got it about a year and a half ago. Yeah.
Yeah. She got this really cool camera rig, and I had my system on how I did my stuff, my tripod set, on top of some drawers that I had on my desk. And, so I finally bought this and I love it,
It is.
especially too, because everything is the right way. And I don't, you don't have to turn things around. I can
Okay.
actually see when
So
people are writing.
it's heavy
Yes. Oh, there you go.
and you can
That's
have
what
it all turned the right way. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, it works perfectly.
it does. It does. And it's a good heavy mount.
It is.
And the base of it too, this is the part that I love the most because like I said, my table is not huge. It's only like maybe 4 feet, right? And I have a bunch of stuff on here. The base is only like about 7 inches.
Yep.
So I can take it and slide it to the end of my table and it's done and everything is, in its place and then I can work.
Yeah.
So
See?
perfect. There was one other thing I did want to share. If you guys have trouble deciding on colors, what matches what, I am not an artist at all. Um, and they would be able to instruct better. But I wanted to share this because I thought, I don't know if there's a lot of people out that know about this, but these color wheels are absolutely perfect if you're trying to find out what matches one color. So what you would do with it is you would point it to your base color, your first color, and let's say that color is purple like I did here. Then it points to these different arrows will point to the different colors that coordinate with that purple. So it's something that I've used for many, many years. This is what it's called. Oh, this is EK success. So Sizzix, right?
Hmm? EK
Sizzix.
success isn't Sizzix. No.
They're separate. Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Okay. I
they
had
are.
a brain feed there. Okay, so there you go. It's just a really cool, very cool thing to use, especially when you want to use multiple colors and you're really not sure, what matches, what'll look good with it. Because sometimes, I can spend hours just trying to decide, do I like this color with that? Anyways, color wheel, guys.
Color wheel.
Another tip
Yep.
there for you. So,
I did put in an affiliate link for the Archon mount if anybody's interested. So
oh, nice.
it
Nice, nice,
is
nice.
it is an awesome and I think Lisa got the same one I did. I don't have my iPad on here,
Attachment.
but it does come with an iPad mount.
Yeah.
So your iPad can be here while you're filming.
Yeah. Or
and
your
it
cell phone, if you want your cell phone down at the
right, you
bottom,
can have your cell phone, or
and then
some
you're
people
good.
use their cell phone to film because
Right.
Lisa and I both do have, um, a webcam.
Yeah. I just, I just do not like my phone for anything other than texting and calling. I don't do Facebook on it. I just I don't like it. It's just one more thing that I have to try to figure out, and I don't want to. So, for me, I tried when we first started doing these lives, I tried to use my cell phone as my camera. That did not last long at all, guys.
And
I
I use my phone all the time,
She does.
but well, no, I used to use it even for filming, but it would be in my Archon mount, like this. Well, like
Right.
this, so that you guys could see me, and it was facing me. But then I'd have to take it out, and then I'd have to flip it. So I hated the process of you guys seeing my ceiling every
Yeah.
time, you know, it's a
Yeah.
lot.
It is a lot. Okay, so Bev's
So
asking, how about a laptop? Okay, what
a laptop for what, Bev?
yeah, not sure.
You can use a laptop if it has a camera to go live.
Yes, that's what I
Um,
use.
the reason why we use a tripod is so that we can have 2 cameras, so that you can see us front view and then you can see us our, project cam.
Right. So we're
And
not moving things around, and that's just like
yeah, we've just learned a lot through the years.
oh, okay. There's okay. Yeah, Bev, that's what I use. My laptop is right here,
Mhm.
and I use this for my face camera. And then, like Ann said, then I have my tripod and everything set up here with my webcam. And then all I got to do is just change the settings. That's when I tell you guys, okay, talk amongst yourselves. I change the settings to pull up my camera from my laptop. That was, yeah. So there you go. All
Yeah.
right. So I hope you guys enjoyed that card. It was so fun to make. And you guys
Let
really,
me see. Okay, I'll show you guys. We're
they're so
going to
pretty.
create. I'm going to
What do you,
show you how to like double glitter.
oh, yeah.
So, we're going to use my new glitters with Emerald Creek.
I love that
And
white.
this is, I mean, I'm really into journals right now because they're so handy to have in your purse. So, isn't that beautiful? This is the blue dusk over here. And then this is this starburst, the white. Um,
Oh, see, I didn't even know that you did the undercolor. I just saw
oh
the
yeah, can't you see both?
mm,
Trying to get it so you can.
yeah.
There,
Okay, yeah.
the sparkle of both.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I thought that was just a piece of cardstock that you stuck under there.
And then here's a take. So that's why I'm going to show you guys. So you can really see the
Oh,
starburst there,
that's
and
beautiful.
the pinky mauve color is Beaujolais.
Beaujolais.
Yeah, it's Beaujolais.
I will
So
not remember that at all.
well, I
So,
think I said it wrong at the beginning. So
oh,
um, but yeah.
Beaujolais.
So come back at 2 o'clock
Yep.
and make sure you like, comment, and share this video and mine to
Yes.
enter for the $25 gift card that Emerald Creek is giving away. What you do is when you comment, hashtag Bella Crafts. When you share, hashtag Bella Crafts, that's how we find you.
Yes.
We have a randomizer program that puts that in for the week because we keep it open until midnight on Tuesday Central Time.
Right.
So everybody who's watching the replay, because everybody can't always be here. So if you're watching the
Right.
replay, you still have a chance to win.
Exactly. And YouTubers too. We do look at the comments, and I know that you guys can't do it on Facebook, but you can hashtag there. That will
Mhm.
catch my attention or Ann's attention, and then we can put you guys in manually.
Yes.
So, you know, either way. So we want to just make sure that everybody has a chance to win, right? Because
Yep.
that's what's so fun about doing a weekly giveaway is that everybody has a chance to win.
It is.
So, and we will announce last week's winner, which is Gwen Studios,
Yep.
when Ann does her live.
Yep.
And we were going to do Trinity stamps today, but we
Yes.
didn't get a chance because we didn't get them. We didn't get the products in time. Sometimes that happens, not a big deal, but we will be doing them next week. And oh, I'm so excited for that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's they
Yeah.
have
All
lots of
right.
beautiful products.
So
So
they do beautiful stuff. Oh, geez. Okay.
okay. So
It's 11 o'clock.
we will see you all back here in 1 hour.
Yes.
Okay.
Until then, you guys, like we always say, take a little time to craft because it's good for your soul.
It is. It definitely is. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.